Ladies and gentlemen, if there's one thing that I have been pretty vocal about, it's Nintendo Switch Online's service. It's kind of been a bipolar subject when it comes to Nintendo fans. You know, some of us like the ability to have access to a library of some of the classic and not so classic hits on the NES and Super Nintendo offerings. Then they added this expansion pack that has Sega Genesis and Nintendo 64 games on it, plus access to Animal Crossing DLC in the upcoming Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. But just now, literally right now, as I was about to record another video, Nintendo dropped a bomb. And this is a game that some of you guys have been waiting for. So we just had a direct. They announced Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings on there. Pretty good, making people happy. Well, now it seems like they are going to make more people happy right here with this newest announcement. We are now getting Majora's Mask on the Nintendo Switch Online service. This just popped up. This should have been on the Nintendo Direct, first of all, in my opinion. Like, why wasn't this on the Nintendo Direct? But you can see right here, their description is, Link is dragged into the world of Termina, where the moon is falling from the sky. Relive the world's final 72 hours when The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask comes to Nintendo Switch for Switch Online for expansion pack members on February 25th. So we're just a few days away, about a week away from Majora's Mask being on the Switch. They also posted this trailer here. I'll be honest real quick, Majora's Mask is not my most favorite Zelda game. Ocarina of Time is my most favorite of all time, followed closely by, I want to say, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, then Skyward Sword. I can appreciate Majora's Mask, but in my opinion, it kind of just felt like too much of a rehash. Like they just scrambled up the assets for Ocarina of Time and made a smaller map and a decent story, I guess. The story does have a lot of, you know, creative stuff with NPCs. If you haven't played it yet, here's your chance. Now, let's go ahead and watch this trailer. And yeah, here we go. So it looks like it's the opening video to the game. Very ominous feel to the game, by the way, if you haven't played it. Dawn of the first day, 72 hours remain. So it takes place literally after the events of Ocarina of Time, if you're not familiar with it. Has a lot of the same graphics, assets. Unique ability, though, using Mask, where you could turn into a Goron, a Deku, and a Zora. Other special abilities that were pretty unique at the time for the game itself, I'll be completely honest. But it just, I don't know. A lot of people praise it and love it, and they're going to be happy with this release, especially coming a week from now. Nintendo likes to do these odd drops where they just throw these releases out of nowhere. And if you haven't played it, it kind of works on a 3-day timer where you have to use your Ocarina of Time to flash back to the first day before the moon is crashing down on the world and stuff. But I mean, it is a good game. Just me personally, it's not in my top, I guess, 3 Zelda games of all time. I really like Ocarina a lot more than it, but there is a lot to do in it. They do have a lot of more, I guess, character development with the NPCs in this trailer. So yeah. And then the Happy Mask Man. Good game. It's a classic. I should actually have that a little bit more expanded, right? I should have expanded it a little bit more like such. But yeah, coming very soon. February 25th. So about a week from now, we will be knee deep in Majora's Mask. Now, yeah, this is good. Nintendo is making good with their fans, with their subscription stuff. A lot of people have always given Nintendo Switch Online service, myself included. Not too long ago, I actually went on a bit of a rant. I have the video linked down below saying Nintendo Switch Online service sucks. My main reason for that, and I compared the games to Taco Bell games, because at the time, we're really just getting drip-fed like one NES game at a time and 2 SNES games at a time, and a lot of times they were just some of the most random stuff or an odd import that just got sent our way. and it just kind of, it was lackluster. In my opinion, there's just not enough of a drop. Remember the virtual console on the Wii and even the Wii U? It was like a weekly drop. Every week we had something to look forward to, something, and they had bangers on there, different consoles, and it's like, okay, you want a new console? Here's the Switch Online expansion service. You'll get the N64 and the Sega Genesis here, and that's it. You won't get anything else. And it's like, oh gosh, I get it. You have to pay extra for licensing for like the Sega Genesis games, but those Sega games are on everything. I have the Switch Sega Genesis Classics collection. I have it on Xbox as well. I have the actual games on emulators. I have them on the Sega Genesis. I get it. You have to pay the licensing for the accessibility and stuff. I love the Game Pass formula. Let me say that right there. I love the way Game Pass has it, and it's like a rotating amount of content every month. You know, sure, stuff comes and goes off of there, but you have a variety of stuff. It's easy to get lost in Game Pass and find hidden gems. There's day one releases, there's indies, there's classics, and it just seems that Nintendo kind of just half-assed the Switch Online service as far as the NES games and the Super Nintendo games go for whatever reason. But now recently we're starting to get the bangers. We got Paper Mario on there now. Banjo-Kazooie just got sent over. Majora's Mask is now heading there. Earthbound just came out, and then the Earthbound Beginnings game just came out. So it seems like they're finally starting to do this, but they're shadow dropping. I don't know why Nintendo always does these shadow drops, especially like a week or two after a Nintendo Direct that they could have added to it. Could you imagine the reception if they would have announced Earthbound Beginnings in Majora's Mask coming onto the Nintendo Switch Online service all at once? I don't know why Nintendo does it. Are they really just kind of like spontaneous like that? Was this in the plans, or is this something that they just kind of decided to come up with? I'm not complaining by any means, but I do wish that there was a little bit more of a, I guess, I don't know, because at the same time, it does feel like Christmas when they come up with stuff like this and announce stuff like out of nowhere as a surprise. It does feel like Christmas, and it's like, all right, I can appreciate that. I can go with that. So thank you, Nintendo. Majora's Mask. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of you guys happy, a lot of you guys clicking on this video. Again, Zelda's my most favorite series of all time. This one I can definitely appreciate. It is one of the better Nintendo 64 games out there. As far as a Zelda game goes, it's debatable. I know some of you guys are gonna be triggered saying that I said it's not my favorite. I just have much more memories of Ocarina, and I also have much more memories with what Twilight and Wind Waker did to the actual main timeline. Majora was kind of like an annexed story of Ocarina, so it didn't really add to the main core timeline of the Legend of Zelda series as much as like a Twilight and Wind Waker did. It all kind of like interwoved. But good on Nintendo. Hope you guys are excited. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you on the next one.